Welcome to 7 Days to Mastering the Art of the Interview, Module 3. This is the toughest question in the interview. So let's get started. So this is the toughest question in the interview, and there's really no doubt about it. Tell me about yourself is one of the most difficult, but yet easiest questions to answer. And when they ask you to, tell me about yourself, your answer can really just make or break you as a candidate. Usually, job seekers will respond with their 30-second commercial, and then they'll elaborate on the background. But while almost every career book and career counselor will tell you that, that's the appropriate response, that's what you should do, I don't always agree. There's definitely no one right way to answer this question. And in this module, we're going to explore an alternate method. It may work well for you, or it might make you feel uncomfortable. If the latter, then you might not want to use it. But I just want to make you aware of it and let you decide for yourself. You see, many people fail in their job search because they're too often focused on what they want in a job, including the industry, the type of position, the location, the income, the benefits, the work environment. Their 30-second commercial is centered around this premise. The commercial describes the job seeker's career history and what they're looking for, and this often is in direct contrast to what the employers are looking to hear from you. Now, there are two dominant reasons why job seekers are successful in the job search. The first one is because they're focusing on the needs of the organization. And the second is they're focusing on the needs of the people within the organization. And in this video, we're going to examine how to focus on the needs of the people within the organization. And this will assist in rethinking your response to that all-important question, tell me about yourself. I also cover this question in even more depth in the Complete Interview Answer Guide, but from a more traditional viewpoint. And if you want that, there should be a link on this page where you can pick it up. In order to learn how to respond to the needs of the interviewer, let's first learn more about ourselves. You see, we can apply that knowledge about ourselves to knowing how to understand and respond to the needs of others. Now, most social psychologists recognize four basic personality styles. And you have analytical, amiable, expressive, and driver. And usually, each of us exhibits personality characteristics unique to one of these styles. Now, here are the characteristics that are most commonly associated with each of these styles. First, you have analytical. Now, the positive traits of analytical are being precise, methodical, you're organized, you're rational, you're detail-oriented. Now, analytical also has negative traits, which is you can be critical, formal, uncertain, judgmental, or picky. Let's move on to amiable. Positive traits. You're most likely to be cooperative and dependable and warm, a good listener, negotiator. Now, the negative traits for amiables could be undisciplined, dependent, submissive. So let's look at expressive positive traits. This type of person can be enthusiastic or persuasive, outgoing, a good communicator. So let's look at expressive negative traits. That type of person can be ego-centered, emotional, exploitive, opinionated. Now let's take a look at driver. The driver positive traits are persistent, independent, decision maker, effective, strong-willed. Sounds like a good CEO. The negative traits for a driver can be aggressive, strict, intense, relentless, and rigid. Now that you know these four traits, it's time to figure out where you fit in. And you see, gaining an in-depth understanding of your personality style has enormous value in your career as well as your personal life. However, our focus today is just in learning how to use this knowledge to make you more successful in your job search. And once you've learned about your own style and you've studied the other styles, I encourage you to have a little bit of fun in trying to determine the style of others. When you meet someone for the first time, try to identify his or her style within the first 2 minutes. You can often identify styles by observing a person's demeanor, their conversation, their body language, their appearance, even their possessions. So, to demonstrate what I mean, let's take a look at some examples from the business world. While there are always exceptions, generally speaking, the styles will fit the example. So, the first style is analytical. Now, this could be a financial manager, a programmer, an engineer, an accountant. You see, they like systems and procedures. They're slow to make decisions because they're going to analyze everything to death, but their decisions are usually very sound. They prefer working independently, and they're usually not very good in team environments, but they're also very dependable. You see, they'll buy cars with good resale value and great gas mileage. They're conservative dressers. At the party, they want to know why so much money was spent on Michelob beer when they could have just purchased a cheaper brand like Busch. They'll come to the party with their laptops. Now let's look at the amiable style. These type of people are likely to be human resources managers, they're very focused people. They're dependable, they're loyal, easygoing, very compassionate. They will give you the shirt off their back and the last nickel in their pockets. They're good listeners, and they value team players who don't rock the boat. They're usually conformists and followers. They're rarely leaders, and they avoid conflict. They're not good decision makers, and they drive four-door sedans or minivans, and they take their kids to sporting events, and they usually clean up after the party is over. Next, we have expressive style. This could be like a sales manager, very outgoing and enthusiastic with a high energy level. They're great idea generators, but usually they don't have the ability to see the idea through to completion. They can be very opinionated and egotistical, no offense here. They're money motivated. They can be good communicators. They prefer to direct and control rather than ask and listen. They drive red convertibles with great stereos, and they really don't care about gas mileage. They come up with the idea for a company party, but they never help clean up. They're on their way to another party after that. So let's move on to driver. Now, the driver is likely a corporate CEO. They're intelligent, intense, focused, and relentless. They thrive on the thrill of the challenge and the internal motivation to succeed. Money is only a measure of success. It's not the driving factor. They are results and performance oriented. They also have compassion for the truly disadvantaged, but absolutely no patience or tolerance for lazy people or whiners. They drive prestigious cars, not because the car attracts attention, but because it was a wise investment. They want to know why we had a party and what were the benefits of the party and did we invite the banker. Okay, now you're really getting some insight into your style and the style of others. It's time for the interviews. It's time to throw out your 30-second commercial and think on your feet. I've got a little exercise here for you if you're ready. So you're going to be interviewing with the human resources manager, the finance manager, the sales manager, and the CEO. And the first question that each of them is going to ask you is, tell me about yourself, and how should you respond? Now remember the second reason for succeeding in a job search. Focus on the needs of the people in the organization. And here are just a few examples of how you can respond to that question, tell me about yourself. And here's how you would do it if you were responding to a finance manager. I have been successful in my career by making well thought out decisions based on careful analysis of all factors. I approach problems with logic and sound reasoning. I would enjoy working with you in developing the appropriate systems and procedures to make our two departments function efficiently together. Okay, let's take a look at a response that you would give to a human resources manager. My career has been characterized by my ability to work well with diverse teams. I seek out opportunities to involve others in the decision-making process. This collaboration and communication is what has enabled me to achieve success in my department. People are the most valuable resource of any organization. Okay, let's take a look at a response to a sales manager. Throughout my career, I have always adhered to the principle that everyone in the organization must be sales focused. My department is always trained in customer service, providing outstanding support to the sales team and to our customers. Without sales, the rest of us would not have a job. I look forward to helping you drive sales in any way possible. Okay, let's move on to a response to a CEO. I have achieved success in my career because I have been focused on the bottom line. I have always sought out innovative solutions to challenging problems to maximize profitability. Regardless of the task or challenge, I always established benchmarks of performance and standards of excellence. I have never sought to maintain the status quo. Any organization that does not change and grow will die. I would enjoy working with you to help define new market opportunities in order to achieve the organization's goals. Now, in each instance, we responded to the needs of the individual. It's almost guaranteed that when you respond appropriately to the diverse needs of the managers, that you will become the standard by which all of the other candidates will be measured. I challenge you to learn about your personality and leadership style. Learn about the styles of others and learn how to think on your feet when responding to questions. Whether you are seeking a job or you are gainfully employed by understanding the needs of others, you will become a more valuable person, employee, manager, or leader. Okay, that wraps up today's lesson. Look for my email tomorrow containing the next lesson titled Handling the Handshake. Now, if you're not watching this video at jobinterviewtools.com, you're probably not subscribed to receive the full program. Head on over to jobinterviewtools.com/7days and register so you can be sure that you're getting the full program. Plus, you'll get even more resources that I only share in email. It's all free, so you have nothing to worry about. If you don't want to wait until you receive the next lesson in your email, then you can jump to Module 4 right now. Just share this lesson on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, using the share buttons below, and you'll automatically jump to the next lesson. And I would love to hear your comments. What is happening in your interviews? Have you tried an alternate way to answering the question, tell me about yourself? Have you tried any of these strategies? Did they work for you? I'd love to hear your story. Please share it with us. I'm Don Georgievich. Stay on your game. I'm here to help you so you can enjoy a prosperous career and lead a lifestyle you love. I'll see you in the next video.
Hi, Don. My name is Tria, and I live in Tucson. And I just want to let you know that I got a job. I got actually a dream job. So excited about it. I purchased your program and followed it step by step, did everything you said to do. I really studied the questions, and I researched the company like I was supposed to, and I went in there to this very stressful, large panel interview feeling extremely confident, totally sure of myself, and it showed. I was offered the job out of 31 other applicants who interviewed, and I was told that I had the best interview of everybody, and I, honest to goodness, don't think that I would have had a chance if I hadn't purchased your program, because some of the questions that they threw at me were very difficult, but they were covered in your program. I'm pretty sure, except for maybe one, all the questions were covered in some form or fashion in your program. My interview lasted about an hour and 15 minutes, so there was a lot of questions, and I nailed it. I completely nailed that interview, and I got the job, and I start Monday. And I couldn't be happier. It's definitely going to be a long-term career for me. And I want to just thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything, for putting together such a comprehensive program that is just so helpful. And I can't thank you enough. Dawn, thank you very much. Bye-bye.